What's going on YouTube? What's going on TikTok? We are back, and we are finally we're late. That's what we actually are, because I was supposed to be on like an hour ago, but business and life get in the way. We're gonna make some quick samples sound really cool. We're gonna make some lo-fi vibes today. If you guys have any questions when it comes to sync licensing or music production or mixing and mastering, I'm your guy. Post a question in the comments. I will literally stop what I'm doing and try to answer said questions as best I can. Without further ado, let's get into some music. I am right now constructing a piano melody for lo-fi, and it should sound really old and decrepit. So I'm also changing the velocities of certain notes, the whole nine. Actually, don't I have a plugin for that? Change the notes. It's called like Imperfect or something. Yo, what's going on? See, this is the wrong shirt, so I'm gonna have to constantly stop what I'm doing to see what's going on the appreciate the likes on the chats, but it's all good. That's what we're here for. So this is what I have thus far. Very quiet at the moment. I want to make sure that the velocity sounds like a real person's playing them. So with that in mind, there's a plugin from Max for Live, I believe it is, called Imperfect. That's like perfect for this. There it is, Unperfect. So it basically delays the time of the MIDI. There we go. It's pretty awesome. And we're gonna put some random velocities in there as well. So that sounds fairly decent. Rather well. We're going to add some fatness to that and give it some stereo. Cool. I think I'm going to add some extra piano sprinkles on top. Let's try it. Pedal's not working. That's annoying. Let's try it again. Chord again. Take these, and since my pedal seems to be out of commission, I'm gonna have to just draw these in the way I'd like them to be. And maybe that has to do with the Unperfect plugin that I threw on top of this, but it's all good. How do you separate samples, drums, vocals? What I like to use is La La La. It's a application, an online application in based out of Russia, but they do an amazing job for extracting different things. So check that out for sure. Since you're flipping samples, do you incorporate the original sample in the final product? Nope. With the method I use, I don't end up using the same samples at all. It's pretty cool. But it still sounds what's the word? It still sounds original. It's going to be a pretty cool class that we're going to be implementing this stuff. let's just duplicate this. Like for instance, Boy Wonder does something very similar where he'll flip the sample so much so that it's not the same sample anymore. It doesn't sound anything close. Like for instance, if I had a pad, maybe I'd turn it into a pluck, and now I'll just remove the pad altogether, and now I have my own sound that I can work off of. We talk about different techniques like that. It's pretty fun. I actually do this on live quite often. Trying to make something smooth and nostalgic. Appreciate the flowers. If you guys have any questions, please, 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 please ask away. I'm not doing anything but making lo-fi, which means that I'm being lazy. So by all means, ask me anything. Mixing, mastering, the works. Why is this so soft? I'm gonna put some lo-fi sauce on it real quick, because this piano still sounds, it sounds old, but it doesn't sound old enough. So I'm gonna try thermal first. Get some waves going here before we add drums, and then I'll probably add bass last, because reasons. There we go. Dreamy Lo-Fi Piano is a preset on thermal, and it's just all the sauce. Hey, what up, Dex Lives? How you doing? Appreciate your videos. Cheap audio for a minute. Yeah, man. Sync licensing will fund your whole career, your whole music career. That sounds terrible. I love it. Let me turn off RC20 and see if that helps. That's better. I'm wanting less highs. What do you guys think? Hey, what up, what up, what up? What site is good for sync licensing? You've tried some and nothing's happened? We actually, no, I do not have a Discord channel as of yet. It's a lot to manage, and I'd rather do you guys the justice of actually having stuff done the right way thus far. But what I am working on is a YouTube situation where we'll listen to tracks live and give some advice for sync. I think it'd be kind of cool. Also, as far as the other question, what sites are good for sync licensing? I've actually done some research, and I show you how to find the right libraries that will fit your music. Go to the link in bio. We give a class on it, and I also, if you want to skip the class, we also have a directory that you can check out as well. So check that stuff out if you guys are interested. I'm gonna pull some more dark piano onto this because I kind of like the dark. Something peaceful about it. I actually finished producing a video today for YouTube, so those are coming very soon. In the process, we will probably come up with a Discord later this year, but at the moment, I'm sticking to my guns. Discord's hard to manage. You got to have somebody in there all the time answering questions, and like I still, especially if in sync, like I'm still on the road. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to manage. So maybe in the future, but right now I gotta finish like making sure I can continue to pave the way for you guys to learn more. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, appreciate it. I should be having some more what are they called? some more video collections so that you don't have to scroll through all of them to get what you're looking for. My first sync deal, how did I get it? Sure. Hold on. Do you think BeatStars is a good revenue stream? Nope. I do not think BeatStars is a great revenue stream. How you get into the sync game? Oh yeah. So like, guys, the sync licensing game is like the best thing you could ever do for your career, because brands literally promote your music for you and give you an upfront and a back end fee for your services. The first time I got a sync placement was literally a year after I got signed to a library, and I got dropped by a trailer label too, a different library. And after I tweaked a couple things like my arrangement, the way I was mixing, because I didn't really know how to mix at the time, and then making sure everything was up to broadcast standards, that's when everything changed. I got my first placement with Taco Bell for like some type of vegetarian thing they were doing for the first time. And I was like, yo, this is wild, because they only use maybe it was like a 15 to 25 second commercial, and it paid like anywhere between, I think it was like $5,000. It was nuts. And I was like, yo, I could do this more often, especially because it only took me like an hour to make it. It was a really short clip. So after that, I was like, okay, I got to figure this thing out. If I can get multiples of these, I'd only have to make like 4 or 5 placements a year. And I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So that was definitely a very, very cool experience. We get more into that in the class. Check the link in bio. We break down some of those placements that I've gotten in the last couple months. So come through. This mic is like $150, maybe $200, maybe. It's one of my favorites. It's the Aston Element. Can you more on why something like BeatStars? Okay, so BeatStars is great. Don't get me wrong. BeatStars is cool. But the problem with BeatStars is that you're competing against other producers for the same artists that don't necessarily want to spend and invest in their careers. Does that make sense? Like, if I don't like your beat for $30, I can go find someone else's for $29. You see what I mean? People are giving away beats for free, which is a market tactic. So, and then the other crazy thing on BeatStars, I was listening to a client's music that they wanted me to create custom. And I was listening to what they sent me, which was a BeatStars beat. They were like, can you make something like this or whatever? And while I was listening to that track that they sent me, another one, like an advertisement for another beat, interrupted what I was listening to. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I mean, they have the platform. A lot of artists use it. I'm not knocking them. It's just like, if you own your own real estate, you can charge whatever you want. You see what I'm saying? If you're not being compared as a business, then everyone is going to actually get what they want. You see what I'm saying? Advice for up-and-coming artists: get into sync licensing. Sync licensing, again, as mentioned before, if you are an artist that doesn't have a distribution company, you're not tied to a label, you don't have a manager and an agent, all these things can be done for you through sync licensing. You can make music, and the library agent or music supervisor will get your music into the right places so it can be exposed. And when said music is exposed and people like it, you gain your fans, streams, and a career. And they're paying for it. So check out the class. We go into depth about it. It's pretty cool. What preamp am I using with this mic? I am using the Apollo Solo, which has an amazing preamp in it, but I use the free stock one. Let me see here. What is it? Just the UA610B. And then I got like Manly Vox Box and some serial compression going on. Nothing too serious. Is it good to record vocals? Yeah, it's great and it's cost effective, as you can hear in my voice, and it comes with all this extra stuff too. Normally, microphones don't come with a shock mount pop filter, but this one does. It's very cost effective. Yeah, BeatStars, just own your own website. Like, it costs $30 a month to have a decent website. So like, yeah, and then this Origin's pretty dope too. I use this for content all the time. but because I don't think it's omnidirectional, but it's figure eight polar pattern, so it captures the wind from my stupid computer. These fans spin so hard, it's ridiculous. Depends on what kind of vocals, because I think this one's better for rap vocals, for instance, because like it's an active dynamic mic. For sure. So yeah, that's the whole situation with BeatStars. It's just like it's great, but I don't like to be in a comparison market. If you're gonna come to me for a track, I should be able to charge whatever I want, and I normally charge minimum $700 because I'm making it from scratch. You see what I'm saying? And I'm mixing and mastering. Like I'm not gonna sell you a beat for $30. We'd be doing both of us a disservice. And then if I'm invested in it more, I'm gonna want it to be more successful when they put it up for streaming or whatever. So is this training just extra revenue stream for you? Honest question. The training is just something to help everybody out, and the just paying for the class is just because my time is being spent there instead of writing music for sync. The SMB is great, but you also need some type of preamp for it, right? You need to like use a cloud lifter, which you end up spending like $300, $400 just to get similar quality. So a melodic rapper, this would be good for it. But if you're actually singing, yeah, go for the Origin. It's maybe $100, maybe $150 more. $150 custom beats. That's awesome. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the shout out. I am Three Kings. I'm sorry, I can't see these comments because of my shirt. Is sync licensing realistic day job replacement? I literally do it. $700 is not overpriced. Industry standard is like at least $300. Now I have placements. I've used music with different brands and things of that nature. So since I have the clout, I can charge more because I have different connections. So there's nothing wrong. And think about it. I only have to make one beat to cover my house expenses instead of making like 45 of them at $30 a piece. There's a market for it. You gotta know how to market for it. It is a job replacement. I started as a side gig for maybe the last 2-3 years, and then after I started researching and doing the right things with my music as far as mixing, mastering, and arranging, it started to match my full-time income. And so I was like, why am I working both when I can just do what I like? And so that's what I do now. It's like eBay, the Origins for $175. Yep. For sure. You have a first class degree and put. I mean, I have a degree in music too. Like it's right there on the wall. It's not worth anything. No one asked for a degree, so it's all good. What if an artist want to lock in with you with every beat he uses? I mean, that's fine. I'll show you links to what. I do this full time, so like $700 for a track. Like, how much does Drake charge for or buy his beats for? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You just don't have the market. You got to find the market for it. Bro, yeah, exactly. That was the problem I was having. Was like, I would wake up early in the morning at like 2 o'clock in the morning, or not 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, just to like try to start a track. And so I'd go to work at 6 and then come back at 3 to work on it and finish the track, all to just do it again the next morning until I could figure out like how to get into making some more placements. How long did it take for you to get your first song into a catalog? Into a catalog, I got fortunate. I found a library that was taking music maybe a month or so within me starting to reach out. But I wasn't even reaching out the right way. I was actually very fortunate they took me in. We talk about that in the class. Elaborate on sync licensing. So sync licensing is basically how you My sync list is actually on the on the on the website. Check the link in bio. Yeah, you guys are. If you don't believe me, that's fine. But like scarcity mentality and all that kind of stuff, there's money to be made out here. There really is. It's all good. It is all good. But that's essentially how you do it. Is you shop your music out to music libraries, and then after they sign you, they actually send the music out for you. I don't have my BMI royalty statement here. I'll make a video about it later. So comment what you're looking for. Oh, Will, and I'll show some receipts if that helps. Check out some of my videos. I actually show you some of the tracks that I've had on movies and TV and stuff. Listening to ads suck, but like that's exactly. You'd be really surprised how there's no barrier to entry. Just make something decent and it fits the utility of what the client's looking for, and you can grab it. If you say so. If you say so. Like I said, write a comment in one of my videos and I'll show you, because I don't print any of my receipts. They don't. BMI doesn't send me a letter copy. They just send me the PDF. A quick brief on the class. Yeah, so we in the class we because I can't show a PDF. I know, like it's whatever, man. Like I think if it helps, then fine. But like for instance, actually, shoot, royalties are supposed to be coming up in February, so I'll be excited to see what kind of checks I get from that. But as far as with the class, we go over publishing, which is extremely important because that's how you get paid. We go over how the industry works. We go over how to research. There is a special method that I'm using right now that is not going to be available after the 27th of February because it's in a beta program. And so like it's like Google on steroids. It's absolutely insane. Awesome. And it comes with the a recap as well. I'm going to be sending that out hopefully tonight. I got to doctor it up because I got stupid notes in there that that aren't up to par for you guys. And we talked about some extra stuff that wasn't in the outline too, so that was cool. How to mix trap metal 808s? That's an interesting question. First, do you have a reference? I would normally use a reference, but I would probably, if you're using metal as a reference, then I would probably keep the bass. You just have to organize your bass. So if you have a bass guitar in said track, if it's metal, I would assume, you would probably move your low pass filter up at least to like maybe 200 and let the 808 and the kick run really, really smoothly with each other with some sidechain compression. A couple of good library companies. You got Jingle Punks. They're looking for stuff right now if you're an artist. Yeah, I apologize. I had to do a couple meetings today. So I have to finish creating said outline for you guys. I was making some stuff, but you guys were asking questions, so I'd rather ask or answer questions for sure. It's all good. But I haven't forgotten because a couple other people reached out. They were like, "Hey, yo, I need that. I need those templates." Because I'm someone had asked about making a template off of like how we reach out. Yes, I actually have a bunch of videos in my profile about how to use an EQ. We're going over all the knobs and things of that nature. So look for those. I should do a tutorial on YouTube. I just finished a compression tutorial on YouTube. I should be publishing that hopefully tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tonight. I got to do the outline. But yeah, should be dope. Keep on the lookout. Let's go ahead and get back to this sample. Where am I from? I'm in the middle of nowhere, Kansas City, Missouri. Where are you guys from? Yes, you need to have, you don't need BMI, you need a PRO, which could be BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, places like that. But you do not need a distributor. If you need anything, you need a someone to represent your music. Where can you find it? Just go to my profile and look for EQ tutorials. I think I have a tagline or something in there. You can find it on the titles. I try to label them. Should do a segment where you watch commercials and TV shows to analyze them. That's a good idea. Toronto, hey, that's what's up from the 6. BMI is free and it's awesome. I highly recommend BMI. From the Netherlands, that's cool. Oh, okay, so you're right under Missouri. Yeah. That's awesome. Very cool. SoCan's from Canada. There's a lot of there's a lot of different PROs. Yeah, no problem, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm happy to help. Keep asking questions for sure. I'm just making lo-fi. Something sounds cold about this upright, and I don't know what it is. For sure, appreciate it. It's too clean. That's the problem. Could unutilize the same? I don't understand. What do you mean? Do you know any sync agents or how to get one? You can Google for sync agents. I'm not as familiar because they're based more for artists, but I think this year I'm actually going to dive into that because I'm working with an artist for sync placements. I normally do instrumental music, but this year I'm doing some collabs. Yeah, for sure. Come through in the sync. It's pretty dope. I do not have YouTube tutorials at the moment. We are teaching. We use a format through Zoom, so you can ask all the direct questions after I get you where you what you need to start. What plugins do I use to flip samples? That's a good question. I use, actually, if you're on YouTube right now, you can actually see what I'm doing. What is it? F. When I hit F, it throws up all my plugins that I use to flip samples. I use Effectrix, Shaperbox, Beat Repeat from Ableton. I use Movement, Looperator, Effect Rack, Halftime sometimes. That's another one that's cool. I use all of them or none of them. Like other times I'll chop it myself. There's a lot of different things you can do. I stacked samples on top of each other, whether they be major or minor. When I first got on the TikTok, that's what I was sharing with everybody, was like how you can combine major and minor samples through music theory. Guitar needs some saucy effects. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Effectress is dope, especially for tape stops. I am starting a YouTube series on top of this one that I'm doing right now, where we're going to actually listen to songs in order to build for syncs. Yes, Circle of Fifths is awesome for flipping samples. What kind of can you look forward to in the class? How soon can you get a placement? Like I said, it took me a year to get my first placement, but I didn't know all the stuff I knew now. So I definitely think that it wouldn't take as long as you are doing the correct things, being diligent and consistent. Making good relationships with people can obviously speed up the process. Like, for instance, I met a music supervisor through an organization that we talk about in the class. And from there, within like 3 weeks, I was working on a brief with him. And then the week after, I got a placement. So like it can happen pretty quickly, especially if you already know what you're doing. Momentum. I've never heard of that before. That's cool. Yep, I work with Audius. I got some music released on Audius exclusively. Is there a big market for placements with Mexican music or other genres? Yes. I didn't post it yet. I made a video about that today. High energy music is what you need for sync licensing. So for instance, if you have anything with EDM, Latin music, trying to think, hip hop is obviously a big one. Corporate music, anything that has a building and consistent pace is going to get you what you're looking for as far as genres. Always check the market. So whether that be listening to radio, scrolling through TikTok, you can find out what's being placed. That's how you research the market. Momentum. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm not on game. I love sample flipping plugins. It's like creativity 101. Let's put some drums on this. I'm hearing like acoustic bass too, like nothing super, and then like some type of cold synth, like pluck synth. A lot of guitars. Yeah, if it's not as common here, you might have to look elsewhere. I know that there's specific TV shows that might have that kind of music. Take the class, because I show you how you can research and find the music supervisors that need that kind of music instead of kind of just shooting in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Where you can start contacting them. Serato sample. I've heard a lot of people use that. That's dope. Very dope. What else do I use? Did I say Looperator? Looperator is cool too. Alter Boy is great for like changing formants and stuff. What is it called? Manipulator. That's a cool plugin too. Plugins are great. UJam. I've always wanted to mess with UJam. Oh yeah. That Sound Toy sale was something. I got all that stuff. What was it, during the Christmas run? Maybe it was earlier than that because I already had them. That's why I was able to demo them and talk about them. I kind of want to start a TikTok series where I demo Sound Toys plugins, just to like show how crazy and powerful they are. Oh, you didn't get Decapitator? Oh, that's my. If I recommend any plugin, it's a tie between Decapitator and Alter Boy. Probably Decapitator because of how much I use it on everything. I literally use it on all my basses, all the vocals that I mess with. I'm probably about to use it now on this piano to try to get some more frequencies out of it. Super dope. Who are my inspirations? Who made me want to produce was Thundercat. Stefan Brunner. I met his brother on a gig. His brother used to play for like Shaka Khan. He plays drums. He's amazing. Well, one of his brothers. He's got another one that plays with the internet, I believe. But yeah, his albums are ridiculous, and there's so many layers, and it all fits, but it's weird. So him, I'm trying to think. Kanye, obviously. Timbaland's a great influence. Lido is one of my favorite producers. Guys like that. I've been trying to find an artist that can make me like a Last Supper table, but like with all the producers that I've been influenced by, just kind of chilling and chopping it up. I think it'd be kind of cool. Hans Zimmer drums are okay. That's cool. I gotta check out UJam. I'm not hip. Oops. This one's too fast. I think it'd be dope. Yeah, man, shoot me a DM. I'd love to try to get him to commission it. I'll pay. Check out some of his stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm just trying to get rid of this. Maybe it's the fresh air. Why do I have a fresh air on this? That kind of helps a little bit. Of course EQ fixes it. I'm gonna change this to warm. I'm changing my compressor now. It's got a character knob on it and it's awesome. People also sleep on Native Instruments Supercharger GT. This thing is like an all-in-one plugin. It's kind of like a distressor, but like kind of not. And it just, this is how I learned how to compress, was with this plugin, because it's super. I mean, you got like 4 knobs that you honestly use all the time. I really like it. And the tonal character building is just great. What up, what up, what up? I am 5 in the house. SSL saturator. I mean, you could, but SSL saturator has the same analog emulations, I believe. I'd have to look at the manual. And I'm sure I can't remember. I don't use it very often, but I know SSL has a match gain on it as well, doesn't it? Doesn't it lock up? So when you add saturation, it actually turns it down so it can gain match. Let me know, because I'm curious about that. Let's add some drums. I'm going to go to Count Drums because his drums are just saucy. Let's see what we got here. Count. Nope. Nope. It has auto gain. Yeah, to compare the two, I don't think that it would be too much of a difference. Mom's in the chat. Hey, Mom. This might be a little too live, but let's try it. Where do I get my drum loops from? Splice and Cymatics. Those are my favorites. Splice and Cymatics are like ridiculous. This is dope. And then the Count, he sells his own sample packs, and I am a strong supporter of him. His loops are vibey. That's what I'm looking for, I think. Because it's enough for me to put like something else on top of it. Woo. Come on. These samples are ridiculous. Oh my goodness. You/anyone who produces should check out the Kenny Beat streams on Twitch. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I got a lot of cymatics on my laptop as well. I mean, I don't know how they distort their drums, but it's just like chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. It's always tasteful. No problem, fam. That's what I'm here for. Try to make sure I use some different stuff every time I make something. You guys ever have that problem? Like, it's like, oh, this is dope, but I've used it before. I've heard it before. Maybe? shorten up the transients, make them click a little bit better. Twitch. I thought about Twitch, but I decided to go with YouTube just because, like, it's easier to manage and work with and continue to grow instead of, like, having people come through and, like, promote. We are in the key of maybe F minor. Looks like F minor to me. So this, if this is in B flat, we need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not gonna work. We hear this by itself. Yeah, there's too many bass. There's too much bass movement to combine these two. Yeah, always stop by, fam. Say hello. Yeah, shoot me a an Instagram DM and let's talk. That's definitely one. I want to put that art piece like right there in all my videos. It'd be awesome. Yeah, I don't have a use for this at the moment. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Maybe put that on a color. More percussion. Oh yeah, there's that disgusting nonsense Foley I'm looking for. Maybe afterwards. Can I use the follow action on this? Yes. So after trigger, let's play it twice and then move down to this one and then go back to the previous. See if this works. I've been trying to learn how to use like Ableton Live for live performances. Any tips on building your own website? You can check Fiverr. I actually when I started, I was with Wix. And then I moved to Squarespace because it was easier for my clients to convert on there, because Wix gives you the freedom to do everything you want, which is fine. But when it comes to, what am I trying to say? When it comes to funneling everybody through, instead of looking artsy, just looking professional, like I think Squarespace helps a lot with that, because it's like, oh, I'd love to put like some of my text over here and some of it over here. It'll look cool, but it won't, like, people stay on websites for like 0.03 seconds. So like you got to be able to as soon as they get onto your website, they can see exactly what you do and how you can help them. So definitely advise to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Investing in a logo is great. I would, I actually got my logo through Fiverr, so totally go through them for that. What websites are best for sync? That's a loaded question, because some websites work for certain movies or channels or whatever, and others don't. For instance, you got, like I was mentioning before, Jingle Punks is good. Music Bed is great. Whatever you do, don't go to Epidemic Sound, because they don't want you to get your publishing. So check those out. I got a list of them in my bio link. Check those out. Okay, yeah, I think it worked. So after the second time, it should flip over. Switch. Hey, that's awesome. Too bad I can't hear them. Let's turn this up now. Cool. Now all I need is some bass. And instead of using an 808, I'm going to use... I'll probably use a acoustic bass just to keep the earthy feel that I'm trying to grab. Yeah, a logo, you need to, so the tester for a logo, this is like business stuff, but like what I've researched as far as with making a good logo, it obviously needs to identify with your customers. It needs to, you can either go two ways. You can go the ambiguous route and make something that no one understands, they have to find out more, or you can go the other route where it explains exactly what you do. It just depends on what kind of branding you're looking for. But make sure you got that's like the most fun part about like making a business is like figuring out all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Very cool. Do I have it saved as a preset? I should. Where's my acoustic bass? Acoustic. There you are. Let's toss that here. I probably should have put it on the bass guitar where it says. If you guys ever need an upright bass plugin, go for Ample. I think they're free. If not, it's fairly reasonable. I don't use any other acoustic bass plugin but this one for like this kind of stuff. Sounds great. And it's fretless. As soon as I finish loading the samples, come on. Hey, we got a new subscriber. Appreciate it, fam. It's funny, I get the email before it actually reacts on YouTube. If you guys ever want to see exactly what I'm doing on my screen, I am now streaming. Anytime I'm streaming on TikTok, I'm normally streaming on YouTube at the same time. How much is this mic right here? This one is the Aston Origin, and somebody posted on my one of my videos, that mug is on sale on eBay for like 170 bucks, which is a steal. But condenser mics are a little finicky when it comes to being used, so I like to buy them new. I think it costs like maybe 250 bucks. Good bass plugins are very hard to find. Yeah, check out Ample Bass Upright. I'm gonna play it in a minute just to demo it. Use your headphones so you can really hear the girthiness of this thing. What's cool about Ample Bass Upright is there it is. Awesome. What's cool about Ample Bass is that you can actually you can make random bass lines in the thing, which is amazing. Built around the key and all that kind of stuff. It's very intuitive. I like it. For electric bass, I would recommend Moto Bass from where is this from? IK Multimedia. Okay, so this is the acoustic. That's me playing jazz. Terrible. And then the electric bass sounds like this. Sounds like this. It's pretty cool because you can extend the bass like an actual bass as well. So that's super helpful. So go check those out. I should make a video about it. Those are my favorites. Rickenbacker bass is cool too from Contact, but very end of the bass with the extension. So let's try that again. Can I play that? Up. That's okay because it recorded anyway. I love Ableton for this. Let's turn that up. It's not slurring correctly. Probably because of this. Saboteur. Now if I put the decapitator on this, watch what happens. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, just this one preset, beefy. Woo. It's probably a little too much, honestly, but we'll mix the taste later. We're just trying to make something. I got 5 minutes and I'm gonna have to jump off. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Yeah, I'll take Decapitator over Saturn just because I can understand Decapitator a lot easier than Saturn. So that's personal preference because I haven't read the manual for Saturn yet. But Saturn's pretty dope too. It's just easier to understand. I don't know, like, I kind of started diving into analog plugins about last year, which is I think I have Sound Toys to thank for that because I couldn't really tell the difference until I started messing with their stuff and just realized like analog plugins just built different. Literally, they're built different. So sometimes you could throw like a Pultec on this bass and without touching any knobs, just it going through the signal chain makes it sound different. It's wild. Put in some type of plucks. Bring in the plucks. Le pluck. Ooh. for something a little softer. Do you clear your samples before they get synced? I clear my samples before I give my music to anybody. That's like rule number 1, because I'll forget. That's not a good idea. Can I ask where you get sync jobs? I get sync jobs from all over the place. Music libraries, sync agents, peeps like that. New gifter. Appreciate it, fam. Thanks for the gifts. Producer from LA, been writing a lot with different writers. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. Come check us out. We're going to be on the 26th of February, as I think is when the next one is. Maybe it's a lot to do right now, but I think a video explaining tips and ways to increase workflow. I think that's a brilliant idea, KidCon. I am a stickler for being as efficient as possible. And this little thing, especially if you're in Ableton, this device right here is going to get you right. Shortcut Buddy. So I have key switches set up, as you can see, on all these. And so whenever I need a specific device that I use frequently, like a glue compressor, all I got to hit is the Command G. Boom. Right there. Don't have to go looking through my library, my patch library, or nothing like that. Templates will save you a ton of time. So definitely, that's a good idea. I'm going to do a video on that for sure. And you reach out to them on email or you're signed. I'm both. So that's the cool thing with sync, is that like you can be signed to a library, you can be signed to multiple libraries, and you could also have a sync agent working for you. You just have to categorize your music. You have Ableton 9 demo. Appreciate the glasses. Thanks, fam. Because Lord knows I need them. I'm blind as a bat. Yeah, no problem, bro. That'll be my next video, because I just finished one on compression. I'm going to publish hopefully tomorrow, and then we'll work on that for sure. Yeah, yes. Shortcut Buddy is amazing for Ableton. Yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to be helpful for sure. Soundcraft Music, I appreciate the goggles. Thank you. I reach out via email. Sometimes I reach out through the DMs on Instagram and LinkedIn. There's different methods and ways you can do it, and there's ways to find their emails and information as well. So we are talking about all that kind of stuff in the class. So come through. It'll be worth it for sure. It is 6:02. I think I'm about to bounce. I'll finish this later. I'll probably finish this tomorrow morning, because I gotta write that outline, or finish the outline for everybody that took the class last weekend. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to type in the comments of my videos. I read them all. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and I will catch you guys next time. Hit the outro.